Alright guys, welcome back to this lecture video. And if we remember properly, in the last video lecture, we created the array inside the Vue.js instance on how to store these task data, and also how to cross out the data using vbind for the class styles. Now, one thing we didn't do is we didn't actually show you how to add the task, which we added the method for, but we actually didn't make possible. Now, the reason is because we forgot to add one small piece of code, which I'm going to show you right now. So if we go back to our add new task, we have our input for the task right here. What we haven't done is actually created a V model so that this input is connected with the task name that's going to be entered into the method. So what we have to do is we have to create a V model, and then we have to say task's name. So we define this as the task's name, so that when you go down to the method and we have the add tasks method, and it says name is equal to, and then it says this task's name, this will be able to refer to this task's name up here, which is again right here. So the task's name. So now if we go back to our browser, we refresh the page and add new task. Add, and there you go, we have a new task added. And with the new task, we're going to once again, actually this is not working either. So let's see, refresh the page. The check mark is working. Then if we add a new task, let's add several, it is not working properly. So let's figure out why this is not working. Alright guys, so the reason why this is not working is because in our push add task function here, we have to add the done directive, the done variable. So what we have to do is name is equal to this task name, and then by default done is equal to false. So now if we go back to our application and refresh the page, add a few tasks, and then we click on this, now it works properly because done is now being toggled on or off. Before, what was happening was that because done was not toggled on or off, basically the first time you clicked on it, it was actually toggling it on, so that the variable that didn't exist, so that, for example, if you didn't, so when you entered a new variable, what was basically happening was, so for example, you entered a new task called new task entered. Basically, it was doing this. It was entering it like this so that the done variable was not being checked. So when someone actually clicked on the toggle checkbox for the done, at that point, done was created because vbind was, the V model was creating a directive where it toggles you on the information, so it became true, and that's why it didn't toggle the text decoration of line through immediately. And then once you clicked on it a second time, it became false. So that's roughly how it worked before, but now we have it properly set so that each time you create something, it becomes basically it basically comes up like this. So it's all defined in the beginning as false, and when you toggle it on or off, it becomes true or false depending on when you toggle it on or off. So now that we have that, we're going to delete that, refresh the page, just make sure everything is working. We're going to add a few tasks, and then we can also cross the tasks out. So now that we can do that, now let's actually add the delete button. The delete button is as important as the add button, so let's do that. So to do that, we have to create, we have to go back to our task table, and here we have our delete button right here. So we have to add another method to this delete button. So to do that, we're going to create an on-click event with Vue.js. So we're going to say v on, and on click, we're going to say run the method called delete task, and then we're going to pass along the task object that is being affected or that is going to get deleted. So we are going to create a new method called delete task. So if we go down here, after the add task, we're going to say delete task, and then function task, And then here we're going to say this tasks splice, which is a JavaScript variable saying go to the nth digit specified and then delete by the next number of digits. So I'll show you how that works. So it's very simple. You can actually go to w3schools.com and learn all about JavaScript, but this is basically how it works. It's very simple JavaScript. So if we say 3 and 1, it's actually, if we say 2 and 1, it's going to delete the third one. So the first one is index number 0, the second one is index number 1, and then the third one is index number 3. Sorry, the third one is index number 2. So if we go number 2, we're looking for this third one, and then we're deleting it by 1. That's the second variable here. So if we leave it like this, if we go back, it should delete the third one. So we refresh the page, and if I click on this, the go wash car should disappear. So let's try that out. There you go. So the third one, or the index number 2, gets deleted by 1. So that's roughly how this function works. And you can go Google how the splice variable works. It's a very interesting function. You'll probably use it a lot if you work with arrays a lot. So that's basically how it works. But in this case, we're not going to say 2. Instead, we're going to find the actual index variable. So we're going to say this tasks. We're going to call the tasks array, and then we're going to say index of. So it basically looks for the specific object in the array, and then we're going to pass along the variable that's passed along, which is task. So it's going to look for go by, if we click on the first one, it's going to look for go by pet food, which is going to find an index of 0. So it's going to be 0, 1, and delete the first one. If it's going to be go wash car, it looks for the array object with the name of go wash car, which is going to be index of 2, and it's going to delete the last one. So it's going to delete 1, so it's going to delete the third element only. So now if we go back and if we go back to our browser, refresh the page. Now if we delete the second one, for example, go grocery shopping, delete, the second one disappears. If we delete the second one now, go wash the car, delete, the second one disappears. So guys, that's basically how it works. Now we do have a very simple delete function. However, we are in the next tutorial video, we're actually going to display the stats here. So we're going to display the stats, and we're going to define the total task left, checkmark task, and deleted task. And when we're creating the deleted task number here, we're actually going to add to our delete method that we just created. So I will explain how we do that in the next video, and we're going to probably the most exciting portion of this lecture series, which is displaying all the information in the stats panel, which is the most complex part of this Vue.js tutorial series lectures. So I hope you guys found this particular lecture useful, and I will see you guys and I hope you guys are having a wonderful time learning. I think Vue.js is awesome. I think you are awesome because you're an awesome programmer, and I think all programmers are amazing people, because I think if you are in the business of programming, I think you are out in the world to do something really good and something valuable that helps a lot of people. So I hope you guys are enjoying your time learning programming. Do some more awesome programming, practice, become a great programmer, make something great for the world, and I'll see you guys in the next lecture.